Here's a quick fix for your Honda automatic transmission. Uh, this is a 91 Honda Accord, but the get out of the sun. The 91 to 93 Honda Accords, and maybe other years, the control unit in the computer would go bad after high mileage, maybe 150,000 miles or more, and then you don't get shift, you get maybe one gear. And the correct fix is to replace the transmission control unit in your computer, and it's under the floor mat on the passenger side. But if you're not up to that, and another quick fix, and it's not as good, but just to let you know, disconnect your shifter solenoids. They're right here, and you can see that, and then there's two more down there. They're just two round cylinders, and they've got two plug-ins, and disconnect those, and then automatically you're going to get second and fourth, and that's good for like around city traffic going 55 miles an hour. As long as you can keep it under 2400 RPM, you're fine. And this car's done that for years. What you have to do, you have to start in neutral, of course, and then move it to D2, and that'll get you going into second. And then once you're past 25 miles an hour, then you shift it to D3 or D4, it doesn't matter, and it will shift. And that's good for up to about 50-55 miles an hour. And then, of course, when you speed, you're slowing down again below about, when you hit about 20 miles an hour, you shift out of D3 back into D2. It's not hard, and you get the car on the road again. Now, if you want freeway speed, see, a D4 is actually high, but it doesn't give you the lockup convert, the torque, the lockup on the torque converter. And if you get that to lock up over 45, then you get a decrease in engine's speed, and you can get higher freeway speeds, and plus not over rev your engine. So if you want to do that, like this car's been done, okay, first of all, you disconnected the solenoids anyway, like I told you. Then you take a jumper wire. It's the top one. The top one is the lockup control. The bottom one is the shift control, the solenoid. So there's a yellow wire there. You probably can't see it, but if you jumper that yellow wire on the top solenoid to your positive, you'll hear it click, and that's the solenoid that would engage the lockup converter. So what you can do, you run, make a switch. You run this into your car. We got to go around the other side. Okay, here's that red wire, and I've put an alligator clip on it, and I put a sheetrock screw in the small hole in the plastic here. You can probably come up with a better switch than this, but this works. And then also, I have the hot wire, this blue wire here, and it comes from the, where does it come from? Okay. Okay, this blue wire comes all the way from the battery, so it's hot. And so what you do, okay, you start out, you can see this wire here, the hot wire. I buried the end. So you start out in second, like I said, 25 miles an hour, you shift to D3 or D4, D3 actually, Now it's got to be D3. You don't want the wire to touch. And then when you get 45 miles an hour, move it to D4. I don't know if you can see, but this hot wire now touches this red alligator clip, and it can makes the solenoid work, and your lockup works, and you'll feel the engine RPM drop, and you can go faster. And then when you get below 45, shift it to D3. When you hit 20, you're slowing down to D2. It's worked great. Sometimes I'm just holding it on here with a zip tie. This hot wire, you could probably come up with a better switch. And then, of course, when you're in reverse, you don't want it to touch. So you got to be sure that it only touches in D4, nowhere else. You can see you don't want it to touch in reverse. So, but it's not hard. There, D4 it touches. Reverse, it's out. It's worked like this for a couple months, so I know it works fine. Get your RPMs down. Of course, the best way, as I said, is to replace that transmission control unit down there, but I don't know why I didn't do it. I have two Hondas this year, and they both